Can't find nothing on the radio.
You ready, Steve?
Welcome to Songology. He's Bruce,
He's Richard.
and this is another episode from our Song of the Day archives.
Enjoy.
Welcome back, Bruce. We're doing Halloween music this week. What's on tap for today?
Well, having dealt with werewolves. By the way, do you know how you're supposed to deal with a werewolf?
They're not the ones with the wooden stake.
No, that's vampires.
That's vampires. Not garlic.
No, that's vampires too.
That's vampires too. Well, if werewolves come for me,
You're in a lot of trouble.
I'm in trouble here. Yeah.
A silver bullet through the heart.
Okay.
And when we're saying
The
a
Lone
silver
Ranger
bullet,
is safe from werewolves.
yes.
Okay.
We're not talking. You're not to be throwing cans of Coors Light at the werewolf.
Okay.
Actual bullets.
Actual bullets.
Silver bullet through the heart.
Okay.
Possibly, maybe you could stab it with a silver knife. I don't know exactly how that works, but I just remember the silver bullet part.
Okay. Well, I just know to keep the Lone Ranger beside me and I'll be safe.
There you go. You'll be all right. So what do you know about zombies?
You're supposed to cut their heads off.
Okay, fair enough. A little grizzly here on Song of the Day.
It's Halloween.
It's Halloween. There you go. Zombies, as I understand it, arose in Caribbean folklore. That's sort of where the idea of the zombie, as we understand it, came about. And in particular, it arose amongst the slaves. And interesting, the idea of the zombie originally was that you would be working after you were dead. And that was the thing that was most terrifying to them, is the fact that even after they were dead, they weren't going to get any rest.
Keep on, yeah.
They would continue to be oppressed. But the original zombies, as they appeared in Caribbean folklore anyway, so I'm given to understand, is they were workers in the fields that just had to keep going no matter what. So kind of disturbing stuff. But zombies seem to be all the rage lately.
Oh, yes, even the U.S. Health Administration makes use of zombies.
Yeah.
That's how they're getting the youth to absorb some of their health messages.
Well,
Prepare for the zombie
apocalypse.
Thank you.
There's the word you were looking for.
That's the word I was trying to say, and it just wouldn't come out.
Well, and since zombies were trendy, I decided that I would look for a song with zombies in it.
Oh, no, we're not being trendy. That's not allowed here.
Well, a little trendy.
Okay.
But not too trendy, because there's a lot of stuff. In fact, there is a performer who goes by the name of Rob Zombie, but his stuff is more, well, let's say it's heavier and noisier and nastier than I'm particularly interested in, so I'm not going to inflict it on anybody else.
Well, I think I try to exercise that sort of stuff from the morning show.
Indeed. So what I dug up was Tom Petty.
Okay.
On Tom Petty's solo album Full Moon Fever, which would fit for werewolves actually, he recorded a tune called Zombie Zoo. Now the Zombie Zoo is actually not really so much about zombies as it is he's poking fun at a certain subculture in Los Angeles at the time, kind of a punk and goth subculture, the young people who would dress up particularly strangely and with bizarre haircuts and so forth.
As young people have done for decades.
But it's gotten weirder over the years because you have to go further in order to rebel nowadays, right?
Yes.
And so there's a delightful line in it where he says, sometimes you're so impulsive, you shaved off all your hair, you look like Boris Karloff, and you don't even care. So I quite like.
Yes.
And actually, the Zombie Zoo was, at least so the legends tell, was actually a club. It was what was referred to as an underground death rock club, whatever that was.
Sounds enchanting.
In Los Angeles in the late 80s, in the La Brea area of Los Angeles. According to what I've been able to dig up, they didn't serve any alcohol, but they stayed open until basically sunrise. And people would go there and hang out after other places closed. They used to have this giant wall of old 70s style black and white televisions. They were all stacked up on one side of a room, and they would play movies, old particularly old horror movies, things like Nosferatu and so forth, on those with the sound off and then play their house music, which was likely the sort of thing that you or I wouldn't like to listen to. Also, guy who indicated that he had been to the zombie zoo that I found prowling around the internet, he was reminiscing about it, and he said that he remembered that being amused by the fact that the death rock guy fans would be fighting with the death rock girls for mirror space to put on their makeup. So it's really hard to be butch, I think, if you're wearing a lot of makeup, but
Yeah, well, yeah.
that's just me, I guess.
Your redneck is showing.
There you go. So anyway, the best I can do for zombies is the Zombie Zoo.
All down the street, standing in line.
And of course, I have to cut it right there until we figure out the fair use rules on YouTube. But don't worry, in a moment I'll give you a place where you can click and listen to the full song. These episodes were recorded for my radio program back in 2014, and I just moved into my new studio, hence the nice hollow sound. We have about 200 episodes to post before we get on to our new material, so please subscribe if you haven't done so. Now here's your chance to listen to the full song or go on to the next episode.